Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. So, continuing with the last class, let's start today's class. So, see page number 5, that is second paragraph. So, in the last class, we discussed about the monopoly of harlots and beggars. All right, that was actually the thinking of the grandmother. All right, according to the grandmother, she thought that music was a kind of thing that only a particular section of people can relate to. All right, music is such a thing that it is meant only for the beggars and harlots. All right, so we did discuss about the thinkings and the viewpoints of the grandmother. So coming to the next paragraph, please see. When I went up to university, I was given a room of my own. Now Khushwant Singh says here that as he grew up and as he started to pursue for his higher studies, then gradually what happened, that a room was given to his own, a separate room was given to him. The common link of friendship was snapped. And gradually what happened, that the common link of friendship that was there between Khushwant Singh and his grandmother, so that was just taken away by the city life. All right. My grandmother accepted her seclusion with resignation. And day by day, the grandmother started to accept the fact that now she had to live all alone, because in that house and in that city life, all the people, they remain busy with their own work only. All right, so she accepted her seclusion, she accepted her isolation with resignation. She resigned, she accepted the fact, she understood the fact that from now onwards I had to live all alone, as all the people remain busy with their own work the whole day out. She rarely left her spinning wheel to talk to anyone. Now, there were only certain things that remained with her in order to make her day busy. All right, she made her day busy, by just taking up few basic things. And first thing was spinning wheel. All right, earlier we discussed that she used to chant the name of the gods. All right, so that is also a thing. All right, and the second thing is she started to spin the wheel, as our grandmothers tend to do. All right, so from sunrise to sunset, she sat by her wheel spinning and reciting prayers. All right, so these were the basic few things that she attached herself with in order to pass her day, the whole day. Only in the afternoon she relaxed for a while to feed the sparrows. All right, so from morning till evening, she just used to spin the wheel in order to pass her time. All right, so that was kind of a pastime thing for her. And during the afternoon, what she used to do is that she used to feed the sparrows. All right, so that activity is also a part of her daily regime. Right, that actually gave her relaxation. That was a very special moment for her when she used to feed the sparrows. While she sat in the veranda breaking the bread into little bits. All right, so in order to feed the sparrows, she used to sit in the veranda and she used to break, the bread into little pieces, into little bits. Hundreds of little birds collected round her, creating a veritable bedlam of chirrupings. So there was a connection that started to grow between the sparrows and the grandmother. Because why? Because the grandmother always used to feed the sparrows, and the sparrows also came to know about the timing. All right, they also came to know that at this time only this lady used to feed us. All right, so that at that particular time only, all the sparrows, they used to come together and they used to sit near the grandmother. All right, so that they get some kind of food, that was being thrown to them by the grandmother. So hundred of birds, little birds, they collected round her. All right, the birds, the sparrows, they gathered together and creating a veritable bedlam of chirruping. So chirruping here refers to the sound produced by the sparrows. Alright, so while they keep on gathering in the veranda near the grandmother, at that time they used to produce different kinds of that sound that they produce. Some came and perched on her legs. Alright, so they used to sit on different body parts of the grandmother. Some of the sparrows, they come and they used to sit on her legs, others on her shoulders, and some came and even sat on her head. Alright, so these were the different parts of the body that the sparrows used to come and sit on along with the grandmother. She smiled, but she never shooed them away. She means the grandmother. So the grandmother always used to welcome those sparrows whenever they used to come, and she never shooed them away. That means she never tell the sparrows to go away. Shooed. So the meaning of this word is to say goodbye. When someone comes to you, and when the conversation is up, so at the end, what do we say? We say goodbye, tata, bye bye, as we say. All right, so whenever those sparrows used to come, she never tell them to go away from that place, as normally we do. When birds come, what do we do? When birds come to us, we tend to make them go away by saying things or by doing different things. So it used to be the happiest half hour of the day for her. So that time when the grandmother used to feed the sparrows, all right, so she used to devote her half an hour of the day in feeding the sparrows, and that time was very special to her because she felt connected with those birds, and that gave her real relaxation. So I hope this paragraph is clear to you. All right, the phrases which are there in bold letters, please mind these phrases. All right, do remember what is the meaning of these phrases, because question may come up based on these phrases. All right, so accepted her seclusion with resignation. Here it refers to the grandmother, that finally grandmother had to admit, she had to accept the fact that from now onwards, while they were in the city life, she had to live all alone, because all the people staying in that house, they remain busy with their own work. And as for Khushwant Singh also, as he started to pursue for his higher education, all right, so he now tend to become more explorable towards the outer world, and because during that period what happens, a child tends to become more explorable towards the outer world. All right, he or she tends to become explorable towards his friend circle. So gradually what happened, that bonding, that friendship that was there between them, that started to disappear. Then second is the veritable bedlam of chirruping. So this must be clear to you. It is the sound that is produced by those sparrows. Alright, see the next paragraph. When I decided to go abroad for further studies, I was sure my grandmother would be upset. So what did Khushwant Singh say here? He says here that finally when he decided, to go to some other place, to some other country in order to pursue his higher education, then he was fully sure that his grandmother would become very upset, because they shared a strong bonding, they shared a strong relationship. Alright, so automatically what will happen? If the person will go away, we will become upset. Alright, and that is what he said, that my grandmother would be upset. I would be away for 5 years. So while pursuing for my higher studies, for that period of time, it would be almost around 5 or 6 years. 5 or 6 years would take up for completing his higher education. And at her age, one could never tell. Very important line. If you have pen or pencil, please underline this line. At her age, that means the age that she is living now. No one can tell, no one could make an idea that for how long would she be living her life, because she is that old that she would probably, might die at any moment of her life. All right. So at her age, one could never tell. One could never tell that, when she would be passing away, when would she die. But my grandmother could. So no one could tell, no one could make an idea that for how long would she be living, but perhaps it is the grandmother that she probably knows, because she is going through that phase. She was not even sentimental. So at that point of time, she was not even sentimental. Why? Because she was probably be knowing that she would die at any point of time. She came to leave me at the railway station, but did not talk or show any emotion. So while Khushwant Singh was on his way to go to some other place, when he was there in the railway station, all right, to go to some other place, for pursuing his higher studies, then grandmother was also came along with him in the railway station, all right. And in that railway station, both of them did not show any kind of emotion. They did not show any kind of feeling, bad feeling towards each other. Her lips moved in prayer. So this is the only thing that Khushwant Singh noticed in the grandmother. So what did the grandmother do in the railway station? She just moved her lips, all right, in praying. All right, her lips were moving in praying. That means she was praying to God, all right, as she keeps doing all the time. Her mind was lost in prayer. So that was the only thing that she, was busy with. Her lips, her mind, everything was busy, for praying to God. Her fingers were busy telling the beads of her rosary. Now, beads of her rosary, as you must be knowing, so when does a person do this? When a person is very much devoted towards God. And, beads, you must be knowing, that is a chain of beads, all right, a chain which has got beads. And in order to recall the name of God, a person moves his fingers with that beads, and that person chants the name of the God. So silently she kissed my forehead, and when I left, I cherished the moist imprint as perhaps the last sign of physical contact between us. So this is very important. See, silently, all right, as Khushwant Singh was about to leave, all right, for some other place, what did the grandmother do? She just silently kissed the forehead of Khushwant Singh. And at that time, all right, Khushwant Singh says here, when I left, I cherished the moist imprint. What do you mean by the moist imprint? That means here Khushwant Singh refers to all those memories, all those moments that both of them shared together earlier. So what he was doing at that point of time, he was just rejoicing. All right, he was recollecting. He was remembering those memories, those moments that he used to spend with the grandmother. All right, because he was sure that while I will be back after 5 or 6 years, my grandmother would probably may not be there. All right, so that is what he was thinking. So that's what he says here, that perhaps the last sign of physical contact between us. It could be perhaps. He was not sure. It was not sure, because a man's death cannot be, predicted. It cannot be said by anyone else. All right. As a person, as a human being, what happens? Like a human being, any human being can die at any moment of time. All right, regardless of age or any other factor. So this is what Khushwant Singh said, that perhaps, maybe it could be the last, sign of physical contact between us. All right, perhaps I may not be able to see her back after I come back, after pursuing my higher education. All right, so that is why he was rejoicing, recollecting, remembering the past memories, the past moments that he shared with his grandmother. All right, so this line is very important. All right, I cherished the moist imprint. All right, moist imprint here refers to those memories, the moments that he shared with his grandmother. So I hope these two paragraphs are clear to you. All right, if you have got any doubt, you please clear it out by asking me in the group that we created in the WhatsApp. And also, if you want, you can leave a comment down below if you have got any doubt. All right, so for today, let's just stop here. We shall continue from the next paragraph in our next class. So till then, take care and have a great day ahead. Thank you very much.